Microneedling, simply put, increases collagen production in our skin by causing microtrauma to our skin. In this video, I'll be talking about what microneedling is, what it can treat and how it works, a few key additional points about microneedling. For microneedling to be most effective, the before and the after care we need to take for our skin. Using specialized needles, tiny holes are made on our skin. These tiny holes, these micro holes are basically a wound. And whenever there is a wound on our skin, the internal structures of the skin spring into action to help repair that wound. And a big portion of this repair process is to produce an additional amount of collagen, and this additional amount of collagen helps repair the wound. And in the case of the microtrauma induced by the specialized needles in microneedling, the additional collagen that is produced by the internal structures of the skin is much more than what's needed for these micro holes to heal. And so there's an excess amount of collagen produced, and that's what makes microneedling work. Collagen is the most abundant protein found in our body. It gives the skin its structure, it gives the skin its firmness. The additional collagen produced by microneedling, apart from help repair the tiny micro holes, because there's an excess amount of collagen, helps rejuvenate the skin as well. And that's what microneedling is all about. It's collagen induction therapy. Microneedling can treat a variety of skin concerns, starting from scars from acne, scars which are not from acne, melasma, hyperpigmentation, fine lines and wrinkles, and even male pattern baldness to some extent. Scars, be it from acne or otherwise, results after the wound, after the acne heals. So after this wound heals, if there is a less amount of collagen in that particular spot than in the surrounding area, there is an indentation in the skin, and that's what results in a scar. And since microneedling generates an excess amount of collagen, this excess collagen can go and fill in that indentation and thus repair that scar. Microneedling does work well for scars, but just bear in mind that it might not work for all scars. Skincare products that you buy can make no difference to scars. They can't address or they can't repair the scar area. So our only option is microneedling, other than some other invasive procedures that need to be done by a specialized doctor or a surgeon. And a lot of studies have been done on microneedling to show that it actually works well in repairing our skin. Fine lines and wrinkles occur when there is a less amount of collagen on our skin, and with age the amount of collagen in our skin reduces, and from about 20s the amount of collagen reduction in our body is around 1% every year. And apart from the age factor, sun's UV rays and environmental irritants also cause damage to collagen. So lower amounts of collagen results in fine lines and wrinkles, and since microneedling can provide our skin an additional amount of collagen, it helps repair the fine lines and wrinkles on our face. The earlier you treat, the better the result. Once the wrinkles become very pronounced, then microneedling can't do much. It does do a good job with fine lines, but for wrinkles, the earlier you address it, the better. By boosting the collagen production, we are pumping up those inner layers, and that can help repair the stretch marks to a large extent. And again, we need to address this at an earlier stage. Earlier we address it, the better the results. An increase in collagen also increases the number of new cells in our skin. As the number of new cells in our skin increases, these new cells travel up to the visible area of the skin and replace the old cells that's there on the visible area. And that's very helpful for fixing hyperpigmentation, the visible area hyperpigmentation. You see, a lot of the cells in the visible area of the skin will have an excess amount of a pigment called melanin. And when they have this excess amount of pigment, melanin, that's what results in the dark spots, the hyperpigmentation on the visible area of the skin. By getting rid of these old cells, when these new cells go and replace these old cells, we get rid of the surface level hyperpigmentation. A huge huge additional benefit of microneedling is its assistance with the deliverability of actives into the deeper layers of the skin. Actives like retinol, tretinoin, vitamin C, hyaluronic acid can all be delivered into the deeper layers of the skin with the assistance of microneedling. You see, the visible layer of the skin is a barrier. It's a strong barrier. So skincare products that you apply on this visible layer can only do so much. It's very tough for the skincare products. Sorry about my it's very tough for the skincare products to penetrate the barrier and get into the deeper layers of the skin. The more it gets into the deeper layers of the skin, the more effective it is. And most good microneedling procedures won't just poke those tiny holes, but they also have some actives inside the needles, and as they poke those tiny holes, they deliver these actives into the deeper layers of the skin. So if you do opt for microneedling, make sure you ask for a procedure which also administers one of these actives into the deeper layers of the skin. And that's actually how it helps with melasma. Melasma is nothing but hyperpigmentation in the deeper layers of the skin. Though it's visible to the naked eye, the pigment, the excess pigment in the case of melasma is in the much deeper layers of skin, and skincare products can't do much because they can't get into those deeper layers. So when we administer depigmenting actives like tranexamic acid or alpha-arbutin into the skin through microneedling, it gets into the deeper layers of the skin, attacks that excess pigment that's there in the deeper layers, and thus addresses melasma. Again, the same with male pattern baldness. There is an ingredient called minoxidil which is shown to address that concern to some extent. So with microneedling, it's delivered into the deeper layers of the skin, and so that's more helpful than just applying it on our skin. These needles penetrate at different depths from about 0.5 millimeters to 1.5 to 2 millimeters. If they are at 0.5 millimeters, then there isn't much collagen production that's happening there. They have to go a bit deeper to induce that collagen production. So check with the practitioner who's administering this microneedling and check what the penetration level is, and if it's safe for you, go deeper. Only then you're going to have that extra collagen production. Second point, nothing much is going to happen. Well, I lie. Something will happen after one microneedling procedure. You will see a visible difference, but for the scars and for that fine lines and wrinkles and that melasma, you do need at least 5 to 6 microneedling procedures. It's spaced out between 4 to 6 weeks. Point 3. I do think microneedling gives you much more for your money than what a traditional facial at a beauty therapist shop would do. Facials are merely an intense application of the skincare products which you're probably using even at home, and a bit of massage and all that, and it's more relaxing. But if you want to address the skin concerns, you need to go and get microneedling done. So maybe just use good skincare products at home. Don't have to do those facials unless you are on a holiday. Instead, use that money and get microneedling done. That's my preference, and that's what I actually do. Make sure that you go. Microneedling is not something anyone can do. Only a registered professional can do it. So don't go to anyone and everyone, and don't even try doing it at home, because if it's done wrong way, it can actually result in a lot of damage for your skin. The next point is microneedling is safe even for darker skin tones. It's not going to cause any pigmentation, so that's a good thing, because there are certain procedures like laser and all which you have to be extra careful if you've got a darker skin tone. If you've got active acne, avoid microneedling. If it's very red and all that, avoid microneedling. If you've got psoriasis, not the right time for microneedling. Don't exfoliate your skin or wax your skin or thread your skin the previous day or even 2 days prior to microneedling getting done. Don't use any active ingredients, especially the vitamin A ingredients like tretinoin or retinol on your skin the previous day. Now afterwards, just make sure that you use something very calming on your skin. Use hyaluronic acid, that's very calming and pumps up the skin because of the hydration content. Use a good moisturizer which has got a lot of peptides peptides in it. Avoid moisturizers which just got denatured alcohol, or any skincare products which has got denatured alcohol or fragrance. And don't exfoliate or thread or wax for the next 3 to 4 days. Don't apply any makeup at least for the next day, and if possible for the next couple of days. And the most important, make sure you use sunscreen. Sunscreen is a must every day, but on a day when you've got something like microneedling done, sunscreen becomes super important. That's about it. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a like and do subscribe to my channel. That will really help me a lot, and I will see you in the next video.